I remember back in the day, I used to watch One Piece, although it was so back in the day that I've mostly forgotten a lot of what I saw. I understand that One Piece has progressed significantly in the time since then, and there's like 900 or something episodes. So I don't know if I should get into it. What do you guys basically convince me to watch One Piece?
All right, so two of us here, me and Christine, have watched. I've only watched up to Water 7. I literally started, I think, 2 or 3 weeks ago for One Piece.
That's
and
actually not bad.
Yeah, Water 7. It ends at like 300 something, episode 300 something.
Yeah.
So I've watched up to then, and then Christine, you've watched up to.
The saga I'm in is Four Emperors, and the arc I finished the Whole Cake Island arc. So that's up to episode like 877.
Okay, yeah. So that's just reference for how much we've watched. And since mine's is like a lot more fresh, I guess I can start off like by saying I think it's worth watching up to where I watched OC because some of the arcs are really, really good. I think all of them are good to a certain standard, but like I personally really enjoyed Water 7 a lot. Mm-hmm. And I also enjoyed Sky Island and Alabasta. I think Alabasta was second for me. Water 7 was first. And then there's like, have you watched Gintama before?
No, I haven't.
No? Well, One Piece is very, it has like really good humor, like good comedy basically.
Okay.
So it's a combination of good comedy. And
yeah, I mean, I remember my memory of it. I loved Zoro, as a character, and I have like seen the first couple of episodes. It's just like the whole project of watching One Piece seems so daunting, but I know that Chuku gave up on it.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, this was a while ago, but I think I got up to Sky Island like around that era, and it's just I don't know, it was just too long. Like it was, and to be fair, this was back in junior high, sure, when I stopped watching it, but it was just for me, it was just too long, and I just felt like I thought the whole point of One Piece is about them getting sail to find what's his name, Gold, Rogers, treasure or something.
One Piece.
Huh?
Yeah.
I thought that was the whole point.
They're trying to find the One Piece.
Yeah, they're trying to find the One Piece,
think,
right? And I just,
yeah,
I don't know why is it taking them like. Had it ended, I would continue watching. Like that's how I felt with Naruto when it was going on forever. I just stopped, and then I came back to it because it was done, and 500 episodes wasn't too bad for me. But other than that,
honestly,
I just don't understand why it's taking this long for them to do this. Like I just feel like that's just kind of weird for me.
That's a good
I
point.
also think
no spoilers, please. But like, no, that is a spoiler. If I ask if they have found the One Piece yet, that is a spoiler.
Well, I'll just let you know that the creator or the author is saying that this will never end. So
really,
yeah. I mean, they could do so much with One Piece, but I think the reason why it's hard for so many people to get into it is because there's so many fillers, and there's even filler arcs. So, like, it could be like a whole 10 episode or however long, and that's just a filler.
Yeah.
So I think that's why. But then if you get past that, there is a lot of character development, and I guess the main character in itself, Luffy, he's just morally good, but there are like conflicts that he goes through too. But in terms of that, I think for me, at least, I'm mainly in it for the action because it's something that's consistent.
So, I mean, I don't know if this is a spoiler, but one of the things, and Chuku brought up Shippuden, where I recently, within the last year or two, rewatched Shippuden, which is like 700 something episodes.
Damn.
Well, that's all of Naruto.
Wait, really?
No, Naruto in general is 700, but Shippuden's like 500.
Right, yeah. So
are you like excluding fillers or
if you exclude fillers, it's less than 500.
I excluded the fillers.
So that's 300.
Okay, so I didn't watch all the fillers. I watched some of the fillers. I didn't watch all. But yeah. So I rewatched that, which was cool. But one of the problems that Naruto kind of faced was that they kind of lost control of their power scaling, especially towards the end. And is that problem present in One Piece? Like, is there the power scaling get
up
out of
to
control?
where I watched, the power scaling is pretty good, I'd say. It's like they consistently progress in terms of strength.
Yeah. So,
but
sorry, go on.
But like the strength levels, the power levels of everyone still make sense. Like, for instance, if in this arc they were this, let's just say at a later arc, Luffy's like more powerful, right? Mm-hmm. If you were to take him and like put him in a previous arc, he would definitely beat the main villain a lot easier.
Okay. But it's not like, okay. Yeah, because
it's kind of like when Luffy power levels, his opponents also power level.
Okay.
So it's not like him beating up a bunch of weaklings as he gets stronger. He gets stronger and his opponents get stronger. Because the world of One Piece is so big, he didn't really travel that far. So if you imagine it, it's like he traveled within his vicinity of power, right? And then he started to gain more friends and also travel further, and that's where he was able to find like other people who had different powers who could do different things, and then he had to eventually evolve and adapt and also fight them.
I know this is a debate for some people. What would you guys rank? Would you guys put One Piece above Naruto?
Ooh.
Considering I haven't finished One Piece, definitely not. I think they're different. I know they're both shonens, but like, I definitely think One Piece. One Piece is leans towards more humor, in my opinion.
I feel like from what I'm hearing about One Piece, it seems more like it reminds me of a lot of Fairy Tail, where
I don't know if that's great.
Yeah, exactly. Fairy Tail was more of a, and it was kind of my problem with Fairy Tail until they.
I finished Fairy Tail.
Okay, well, my problem until they had the 2014 version, because I know there's the original Fairy Tail 2014, and then there's supposed to be like the final. I don't know what's called, the final whatever version. But the point is, there's like 3 different versions, but they're all connected to some degree. My problem with the original version before the 2014 version was that it didn't seem like it was going anywhere in the sense of plot. Like, it didn't seem like it had a goal necessarily. It just seemed like it was just like they were going on tasks because they're part of a a guild, if I'm correct.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it just seemed like it was just a bunch of random tasks, and it wasn't really going anything build. Like, yes, there's character development. You understand the character and all their problems, but it's not like the focus didn't seem like it had a focus, like compared to like shows like Naruto, where it's like the focus is them to become Hokage. So like now One Piece, clearly the focus is that they would find, set sail for One Piece, find the Gold Rogers treasure or whatever. So there's a clear focus for that, but then that gets to my point where it's like, how long does the character need to develop to get to that focus? Like, I mean, it's cool seeing all that stuff. Like, it's not bad. Like, there could be enjoyment in it, but at the same time, it's just like kind of with my issue with Naruto was like, although it was cool seeing that he went through all that emotional journey, at the same time, you're like, well, he still was a tuning the whole time. So why didn't he progress the Johnny during this whole thing, So it's just...
Yeah, but I mean, I feel like there's a stated goal of the main character, and then there's a story of what's actually happening in the world and with the main character.
Yeah, obviously. Yeah.
Yeah. So One Piece is like Luffy still aiming for that one goal, like how Naruto still wants to be Hokage, but like everything around him happening, he has to attend to that.
Yeah.
So that's where a lot of the arcs come from. Like they have no choice but to stop on islands, and then events occur where they basically have to address like what's going on. Otherwise, it's either a moral issue that Luffy's like not cool with somebody like oppressing someone else, or just something like happens.
I agree, or I'm okay with stuff like that. I just wish that it really was more involved with the plots more, because I just feel like, not that like, I mean, One Piece is like 900 something episodes and we still haven't get to that point. And I know the argument can be like, there's just so much corruption in their world, so we have to fix the corruption first. But if that was the case, why not it being the goal about them trying to find this thing rather than them trying to solve the corruption in this world type of thing? That would make more clear of a goal.
I think it does also, I mean, going back to your point or your question about rating it, is One Piece better than Naruto? I think for me, since I have watched up to almost 900 episodes and I've read the manga too, to me, I would not rate it above Naruto. Okay. And but also to that end, One Piece hasn't finished, so
yeah.
I wouldn't really know unless it finishes and I could really rate it as a whole. Mm-hmm. But I do understand what you mean when you brought up the fairy tale and how it felt muted.
Yeah,
I think it's the same thing a little bit for One Piece too, because there's so many fillers and whatnot. Sometimes I would just put it on as like background noise.
Yeah, that's
because
how
there
I
were
feel.
so many fillers.
Yeah.
But I think what it started off as was something not as serious. I think it kind of leaned more towards like children in the beginning, even though it was kind of dark. But as the episodes progress, it did get like more in depth and more serious. And I feel like because it garnered such a huge fan base, they were like listening to the fans and whatnot, and they were able to make the series a lot more meaningful.
So it has like the Harry Potter treatment.
Are you talking like past where I'm at, like in terms of finishing Water 7?
Can you remind me what Water 7? Oh, actually, I don't know. Is that spoiler?
Okay, basically, I'll just say some character names. So it's when they got Frankie.
Oh, okay. I mean, at that point, they were just adding they're still getting their group together.
Okay.
So I wouldn't say. I mean, I would say that's just introducing characters at that point. Still on episode 300 something.
Oh yes, we're still interested in more characters. How many characters we need?
I for sure I think it's entertaining to watch. I think they're very good at completing arcs, in my opinion. Okay. Like or sagas, because the way I see it, when I looked at the wiki, each saga has its own sort of style and theme.
And it centers like on one person too, like on one character.
That's fair. I would give it that.
Yeah, and I think that I'm glad that I watched it. Basically, like I feel like there were some shows where I don't give a damn if I watched it because it was just okay or it was like bad.
Yeah.
But I feel like after watching One Piece, like some of these arcs, I feel glad that I watched it. Like. I was happy that I watched it. It was enjoyable. It made me laugh a lot. There were like jokes that I never seen, like humor that was presented in such a good way, I think. It's very enjoyable, basically. And I think it's worth watching at least up to where I'm at, some of these arcs. I know there's a lot of fillers, for sure. I feel like someone should make a version of One Piece that cuts out all the filler. And probably that 300 something episodes would have turned into like 100.
Do you skip the fillers or do you watch through the fillers?
Oh, I 100% skip them.
I actually watch through them, but to be fair, my watch through isn't paying attention to the fillers.
Okay. Yeah. So.
But I do sometimes hit the skip button. But I would say to, give it a watch because after you get over the fact that there's so many fillers and there might be some plots that are utterly useless and doesn't add to the main plot, it's actually really good. I watched Fairy Tail 2 and I read it and I cried. I don't know if that says anything about me. But I liked One Piece. I haven't caught up with it. I kind of just wait for it to get more episodes. I think if anything, you could probably start One Piece on episode wherever Scott's at, and you could still understand what's going on. So you don't even have to start from the beginning.
No, I'm going to disagree with that. I feel like you need to start at the beginning. Like, I think the collection of the characters is very important.
Yeah, maybe character development you wouldn't understand, but I think that if you could definitely put it together. Like, you may be confused at first, but I think you could just start on episode 300 and put it together.
Wait.
Yeah, but I mean, like, I don't know. I feel like the weight of what happens to everyone, especially like Robin, and just it wouldn't be there. So I don't know. I feel like you need to start at the beginning and watch the arcs. There's just like a lot of weight behind each character, I feel, especially during their arc.
Yeah, I think every character in the One Piece group has a dark side. Like, had some tragedy happen to them, and that's also one of the reasons why they're in the group.
Yeah, that and Luffy showed them a hopeful route to those tragedies. So
I think it was more like they believed in Luffy.
yeah, exactly. He showed them
oh
hope.
yeah, that is a hopeful route. Yeah,
That's a hopeful route. You showed them there's a better way. That's how it is.
Yeah, but I think it's worth watching for the good moments, basically. Even if you have to background watch or whatever, I think it's still worth at least watching like the most important stuff and skipping the fillers and whatnot.
Yeah, and if you're into fantasy in general, I definitely say do it, because I'm one of the people who hate it when I watch something and there's no more episodes to watch or like to continue. So I would say like give this a try if you like don't have anything else to watch, or just give it a try in general. Not that like don't wait until you don't have anything else to watch.
Yeah.
But I am one of those people who like are like, damn it, this only has 12 episodes. Like, what the hell? But this has 900 something, so don't you worry about that.
Oh god.
No, but like, to your fear of too many episodes, I think what you can do is what I do sometimes is like, just stop at when an arc ends, and then like watch the other arcs later.
Okay, that's fair.
So it's almost like you're just watching up till it's like you're basically watching, pretending that seasons release later. So be like, I'll watch this arc, and then it'll be over, and then I'll watch another arc later, because it does feel like a complete end afterwards. Like it feels like the story is at a break, basically. So.
For sure. So, I mean, the way that I see it, I'll probably give it like 100 episodes. and then I'll see how I feel. I'm sure I'll enjoy it. I think it's just like basically another thing to add to my watch list.
Yeah, okay. Try to at least get Alabasta done. So try to get up to 130.
130. Okay.
Yeah, and to put it into perspective, you know how like Naruto didn't really get OP until Shippuden, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
One Piece, Luffy, he doesn't really get OP until like.
And that's the thing. I've seen like 500. I've seen like these pictures of OP of like OP level Luffy, and I'm like, who is this guy? It's like, this is not the stretchy kid that I knew in my childhood. So
I'm not there yet, so don't point anything out.
I've just seen pictures.
For him, like it takes a long time for him to develop. He kind of has the same moves over and over. So like if I wish One Piece was split up, like how there was Naruto and then Naruto Shippuden.
Yeah, like or just like Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah.
The art doesn't improve until after Alabasta, I think. So
Alabasta is up to what was it?
Actually, I don't think it improves until after Sky Island. I'm not sure, but there is a point where the art like distinctively changes.
It does.
Like, it's not like huge, but it definitely changes.
Okay. And then it also gets horrible again, and then it also gets better again.
Okay.
When the art levels up, that's when you know.
Okay. Yeah.
No, but like I feel like if you watch up to Alabasta and you don't like how Alabasta ended, then don't continue, because like a lot of the other arcs follow a very similar theme.
For sure. Okay. Well, you've definitely given me a lot to think about.
Yeah.
I'll definitely.
I hope. I mean, did we convince you at least, or like you're still not convinced?
I mean, the thing. I'll definitely. So, as far as anime right now, I am catching up on this most recent season of My Hero, and I technically stopped in the middle of a season. I think season 3 of Attack on Titan. So I'm on those two right now, and so I would either have to like interrupt one of those, or maybe we'll see. I'll get to it eventually, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
To be honest, I don't mind rewatching it, but I'm just waiting for it to end, to be honest. That's just my thing. Like, I feel better if it ends just because I know what I'm going in for than for me to watch it right now. But, I mean...
Yeah, actually, to be completely honest, when I started watching it, I had no idea how long it was. Like, I knew it was long. Like, I kept hearing One Piece is so long, blah, blah, blah. But when I got into it, for some reason, I thought there was only maybe like 200, 300 episodes. Like, that's what I consider long, right?
Because that's the most on Netflix.
Yeah, but then when I started, and then like my cousin came over, she's like, "You're watching One Piece? That thing's on like 900 something." I'm like, "What?" But I was already immersed, so that I just kept watching.
I think it's a good anime to always come back to. You know,
I'm on
you
a break
stop
from it
and
right
then you
now,
wait a
so.
few months, and you know you could come back and watch it.
For sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you. This was much needed information for me.